Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnought, a new shipbuilding and war game, shipbuilding sort of strategy game and war game made by the folks at Game Labs, a company that we've covered a fair bit of the products on this channel: Ultimate Admiral Age of Sail, Ultimate General Gettysburg, and Ultimate General Civil War. Those are probably the best titles that they have out there. Now, Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, in very many ways, feels heavily inspired by Rule the Waves. I would say it's basically Rule the Waves, but with better graphics. Although maybe without some of the, I don't know. We'll get into it. But in addition to that, we are returning to our Let's Play series as Spain. We haven't really done a whole lot yet. I know we're like 3 hours in. This was taken from a live stream on my Twitch channel, and we have built some modifications of existing ships. In our last episode, we designed our first armored cruiser. And in today's episode, we might be marching toward war with someone to, you know, we got to figure out, we got stuff to do. We got to do some things. We can't just sit back on our asses and research new tech all the time without, you know, doing exciting things. So we'll see if that may be the direction that we go. But yeah, we're playing as Spain, the 1890 start. We're a couple of years into the game, and you know, playing as Spain is challenging from you're going to have a smaller budget than almost anybody except for maybe like Italy and Japan. You do have a fairly large empire that you have to defend, or at least a spread out empire that you have to defend. And if you're fighting against countries like the US, they're growing so much more quickly than you, and they're so much more geographically positioned in an advantageous way that makes defending the empire more difficult. But hey, who said anything about fighting the United States? Anyway, guys, this is from a live stream on my Twitch channel. I'm going to jump right back in. Hope you guys enjoy. Leave your thoughts below. Catch you guys at the end. Out of Galicia, you can see 12,000 losses versus 15,000. But the Austro-Hungarians don't have enough troops there to sustain even a slightly positive KD ratio. I will accept oil discovery. Natural oil has been discovered in the following provinces. Galicia. I'm guessing that would be like Ploiești, right? Okay. Also, why does it give you the little rebellion like numbers, but not the war numbers? So 19,000. So again, slight advantage for them. It looks like they sent some reinforcements in because they went from 58,000 to 63,000. And then, like, I don't understand because they're attacking out of Hungary also, and in that case, they're not doing as well. The amount of soldiers that Russia's defending with are the same, but it doesn't look like the losses in one offensive affect losses in the strength in the other, which seems strange. Like, yeah, that's weird. Okay. Let's also take a look at our R&D here in a moment. They attacked Russia in January. It's okay, though. It's not really Russia. It's Ukraine. Syria has defeated the Ottoman Empire. The Virgin Islands have defeated Denmark. I sent a show of force to Libya, and I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping we would take Libya over. Also, apparently France owns the Suez Canal, which I think it was a joint thing between the French and British, but in any event, Libya, or you can see Syria, is no longer part of the Ottoman Empire. They already lost Arabia pretty much outside of Aden and Qatar. Not good to be the Ottoman Empire in this game, it would seem. So yeah, if the Austro-Hungarians combine their forces, they'd be a little bit closer. Okay. China's selling warships to Venezuela. Hey, wait a minute. It's not 2020. That seems like something that would happen now. Let's see. It does look like our shipbuilding capacity might be expanding slightly. And then internals 1 month, which will get basic crew mechanical treatment. Torpedo tubes are still working on. Hull strengthening. I'd be more interested in armor forging, I guess. Or hull construction, maybe. Does anybody know which one unlocks like dreadnoughts? I mean, I know we're a ways away from that, but like which one gives me more battleship hulls? I guess we'll do armor forging. Yeah, at this rate, the Ottoman Empire won't last to World War I. Then again, neither will Austria-Hungary. They already lost like 100,000 soldiers in a failed war in Serbia. Okay. Thank you for the resub. Cliche. Appreciate the support there. 4 months now. Thank you very much. That emote is going to give me a headache. It just won't stop. It just keeps going. Man, it's funny to think of what the naval war between Russia and the Austro-Hungarian Empire would look like. Calix, thanks for the follow. Okay, so the casualty ratios, right, so Russia apparently has reinforced this front a bit. They're up to 300,000 troops, but 43,000 casualties versus 34 in the one offensive, 29 versus 21 in the other. But if you look at both of those, they're at 64,000 casualties, which in theory would be 1/5 of their force. The problem is, I think the way these offensives work in this game is they just keep inflicting casualties until one side has lost everything, and that sort of decides who wins or loses. So I don't know. That's a little silly. All right. Big guns. What are we going to unlock? 13-inch guns. Yeah, let's build a new battleship with bigger guns. Give me that. That'll be done in 3 months. Once we get the larger hulls, we could build like a really tasty pre-Dreadnought battleship. Victory points are slightly favoring the Austro-Hungarians by the looks of it. Interesting. Wait, did the British join the war? No. I don't understand why would the victory points... Oh, I'm just hovering over a zone and it's giving me shipping there. Never mind. That's weird. All right, so Russians are slowly increasing their strength here, up to 320,000. Their casualties continue to go up. I'm curious if these 50,000 at the end of this offensive, if that would cut the 300,000 down. I don't know. The funny thing is the game's victory points probably, at least by the looks of it, are based largely off naval stuff. Anti-submarine, early theory. We don't even have submarines. Syria signed an alliance with Russia? Okay. The people of Azerbaijan take up arms to overthrow Russia. Lol. People of Mongolia are taking up arms to overthrow the Chinese. The people of Kazakhstan are taking up arms against Russia. It's a Russian revolution. All right, 49,000. The advance is at 0% too. That's funny. 49 to 58, 51 to 36. I don't understand the logic. It's like, where's the logic? These guys have more men than the ones in the north, and yet casualties are like flipped. Okay. It doesn't tell you how many ships or things like that have been lost if you're not in the war, I guess. Okay, 1 month on the big guns, 4 months on the next level of armor forging, 7 months on torpedo tubes. We're going to get twin torpedo tubes. Once we get that, we will build a new destroyer. Full release indeed. Comcast. Did I spell something wrong in the title? 13. Oh, it's not even in the title. Never mind. 13-inch gun, Mark I guns. We didn't even have 13-inch guns before, did we? Canada signed a special alliance and trade agreement with the United States. Canada? Okay. Egypt is rebelling against the Ottomans. Venezuela canceled their alliance with the Chinese. What, like, how many? Isn't Canada part of the British Empire? They've got the same damn flag. Oh, wait, no, they don't. It's 1890. These guys aren't independent yet? What the fuck? Okay. America has 2 battleships in the Caribbean. We actually have more tons. No, they do. Okay. Power projection for us in a war is going to be tough because our ports are pretty small. We've got 20,000 tons at Santiago de Cuba and 22,000 tons at Havana, which I'm not even sure if it's in the same sea zone. That's going to be tricky. This offensive is probably going to break soon. Research. We got the guns. What's next? Armor forging in 3, torpedo tubes in 6. We'll do the armor forging before we build a new battleship design. I can't construct it anyway. Oh, you can see there's various clashes down here for naval stuff. Venezuela signed an alliance with Italy. Okay. Korea canceled their alliance with China. Chile canceled their alliance with China. Russia stops the rebels in Kazakhstan. Mongolia defeats the Chinese and gains their independence. Russia wins in Azerbaijan. Bloody battles in Egypt. But I'm sure the Ottomans are going to lose again. They do have 120,000 troops there. At least they did in northern Egypt. 200,000 troops in southern Egypt. Okay. They're losing some heavy ships by the looks of it. Okay. How's the fleet construction going? 1 month until these armored cruisers are done. That'll be nice. That we can free up some shipyard space for other stuff. Okay. Building new ships. White powder technology. The people of Ukraine take arms to gain control of the Crimea that is currently occupied by the Russian Empire. Lol. Hey, look at that. The Russians are losing way worse than the Ukrainians. Lol. Okay. Those ships should be done, right? All right, these guys are commissioning. Max construction capacity, or the construction that's being used, dramatically decreased. So we'll go ahead and resume these ships. So we had 3 armored cruisers we paused. The battleship from Mexico will be done in 5 months also. That'll push our utilization of our shipbuilding capacity up a bit more. And I think maybe we'll design a new torpedo boat. Did we finish those torpedo tubes yet? No, 4 more months, so we'll wait on that. And armor forging's in a month for the new battleship design. Max crew training and training efficiency. Maneuver warfare. Also, mines are interesting. Games has chokes, it seems. Yeah, I guess. Coffee. All right. Mechanical armor forging is done. Looks like the Greeks got Crete from the Ottomans. This offensive has got to be about to collapse. They both do. But the Russians are losing good numbers too. We're still waiting on that research. Just don't mind me, little old Spain, just holding the empire together. We got 19 naval prestige. That's pretty impressive. Resilient defense. Russian Empire pushes back the Austro-Hungarian Empire's offense in Ukraine. The Austro-Hungarians lose 101,000 men. The Russians lose 105,000 men. Bulgaria canceled their alliance with China. Lol. And Russia's still fighting in Crimea. So, but now it says they're still fighting. So the Austro-Hungarians started a new offensive? Also, did those losses not matter? Because that number didn't seem to decrease at all for the Russians. I don't understand. Land warfare in this game makes no sense to me. Oh, the French are selling battleships to the Ottoman Empire. Research. 2 more months on torpedo tubes. I just realized I didn't put any torpedo tubes on my armored cruiser. Huh. The Empire of Japan is increasing their naval budget considerably. How should we respond? Increase our naval budget to counter their actions. Hurts our GDP, but it increases the naval budget. Helps our prestige. Hurts our unrest. Our fleet is sufficiently strong. We don't need to increase our naval expenditures. Reduces prestige. Increases unrest. Our Navy budget's already too high. We need to invest more in the country's economy. I think... Hear me out here, guys. I think a nearly or 1.5% increase in the GDP will more readily benefit us than a 1.5% decrease in the naval budget. So I'm going to go with this. Government asks you my opinion about submarines. Submarine is a promising weapon that will revolutionize naval warfare tactics. We must fund more of our submarine development projects. Increases the naval budget, decreases GDP. Enemy submarines could seriously threaten our merchant ships, so we should build more destroyers for defending our coasts. That hurts the GDP even more. I don't want to make any. No effects. Chad of Chad. What? Chad of Chad has been conquered by the British Empire. Okay. Another offensive failed by the Austro-Hungarians against the Russians. 131,000 Austro-Hungarian casualties, 119,000 Russians. The people of Turkmenistan are taking up arms against Russia. Okay. They're launching another offensive just instantly. And now they're even stronger, 200,000. But these casualties that the Russians are taking also don't seem to matter. So I really don't understand the whole land warfare side of things. It's like they lose their whole force and then they have the whole force again. Okay. Eventually they're going to succeed if they keep increasing this force out of Hungary. Okay. Did we get that research done? No, torpedo tubes. I know I said no need to research more sub stuff, but if I can get sub experiments in five months, I'll do that. 1 month on the torpedo tubes. We'll get him eventually. Konrad von Hotzendorf. I would like to fight someone. The center party won and retains control of the government. Okay. Government's worried about increasing tensions with the conflict with the United States. If you want peace, prepare for war. The naval budget must be increased. Goddamn right. We need to intimidate the United States. Goddamn right. Negotiate. I'm not just going to give you money, United States. Negative 2% GDP, but improves our prestige. Fuck it. Let's do it. The government is interested to know if you could guarantee victory over Austria-Hungary in an upcoming war. No. Not and fight the U.S. I've got 4 battleships, by the way. Let's just be clear. Austria-Hungary apparently has 11. Can I just not do any of that? Yeah, let's improve relationships with them. Okay. It tells me I increased relations with Austria or with Hungary, but it doesn't actually tell me what my relations with them are to begin with. Anyway, the US is at negative 85. What's their strength anyway? They've got 8 battleships. Holy fuck. Look at the building column. Ah, 52 ships. We've got 3. We're building 3. Maybe they're all small ships. I don't know. Maybe they're all torpedo boats. I could do that too. Okay. All right. So we should probably design some new ships, huh? Looks like most of what we were building is done, or a big chunk of it. Let's also send these new armored cruisers that we all just built. By the way, what's my naval pool look like? Crew pool's 8,000. Okay. Are these all the new class? Does it tell me? Yeah, the Draga class. So why is this one overweight? So these 2 ships of the same class have a 300-ton difference. Some of my ships are overweight. I don't understand. Flaws in but they're all of the same class. I understand if a class had flaws. Okay. They're too fat, sir. Should we tell the crew? Jettison some coal. You'll be fine. I guess, like, shoddy workmanship. That seems a little more than shoddy. Let's be the Draga design. If you refit a ship, does it fix its flaws? What can we do? Is there anything we can do? Okay. Does anybody know? Does it automatically... What if I do this? What is this going to do? What's it gonna... Why? First off, what absurd refit is this? It replaced some of my turrets with 6-inch guns? You're a maniac, AI. It added this thing? They love these shitty ass designs. Yeah, exit without saving. All your passive tech is added to a refit, but otherwise it's up to you. So if I don't do anything, it's just automatically adds it. Because I know like in Rule the Waves, you got to click replace machinery or whatever. All right, so the Draga is 5,997 tons. So if I go in here and I refit it, 5,997. So yeah, actually we did lose 90 tons. So we got a little bit of weight back, which could be useful for those overweight ships. So that's nice. We could use the extra weight maybe to increase speed slightly, but I think I'm just going to save that as is. And then we will refit our cruisers because it'll only take 1 month to do it. A new propellant that's lighter. Oh, I didn't even look at that. Oops. Let's look at that again. Was it a propellant or was it a fuse? Oh, I gotta... Wait, did it just drop weight more? Do I just need to keep coming back in here and say refit, 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 refit? And then it'll just like gradually get lighter? It wasn't gun cotton. I think it was the propellant type. Let's actually exit out of here. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete the refit that we already did. I don't think it costs any money to design it. No, I'm aware of that, Lake. Like, I know gun cotton makes your ship much more likely to blow up. But let's delete this, and then let's go to the Draga. We'll view this. She's 5,999. We will refit. She'll lose 90 tons. And we will change our powder from brown. Okay. We get better gun range, better gun accuracy, better penetration, less shell weight, increases the cost of the shells of the ammo, increases the muzzle velocity, does increase the chance of detonation flash fire. Worth it, I think. I'm kind of tempted to increase our armor a little bit with that extra weight savings, but I do want to leave a little bit of a buffer because we had some of those flaws in those previous ships. So we'll leave, this will be 40 tons less weight than we have currently on the design, while also adding 1/2 inch to the main belt. I like to think we didn't really do much, and that's why a 1 month thing is realistic, because all we did was we changed the propellant that's in the magazines. We did add 1/2 inch of armor, but that wouldn't take that long, I don't think. And then I think we swapped out some machinery, but I don't know. We didn't do complete boiler, lighter armor, all that kind of stuff in this particular overhaul. All right. So we are going to refit our Draga class. Proceed. It's going to just take a month. Or I guess 2 months, probably because we're overbuilding, right? Yep, 72,000 tons. Our shipbuilding capacity is continuing to increase. I'm not sure if it's tied to the dockyards or other things. Let's go ahead and suspend some of these updates. Also, it does look like we sent our battleship to Mexico, so yay for that. Why does it still say 72,000 tons? Didn't I suspend those 2 ships, or does that not matter? I guess it doesn't matter. So we'll do 2 months like that, and then we'll start getting our ships into position for a war against America. Ukraine has defeated the remnants of the Russian Empire's forces and gained full control of Crimea. And Egypt has beaten the Ottomans. Man, I feel bad for the Ottomans here. All right, so, hey, look, Ukraine. I don't know what noises I'm making here. Okay, so the Russians are up to 400,000 soldiers. Both sides just keep pouring more and more men in. Somehow Austria-Hungary's winning this thing, despite losing every major offensive. All right, we'll finish those upgrades. Our heavy industry is, folks, gotta love me, huh? A foreign journalist approaches you asking about a high-ranking person from France's Admiralty. Never heard of him. No comment. He's an outstanding officer, and an acquaintance with him would be an honor. Sure. I don't want to go to war with France. Egypt and Britain are now allied? That's realistic. No! Fuck you, James Reeves. I don't want good relations with you. America, we want war. I still can't believe they're building 59 ships. Increase tensions, you bastards. You won't trick me. I know you're up to no good. All right. Let's move some of these Dragas. Where the hell are these guys? Some of them are in Cadiz, so we'll do that. Cadiz. Move ships. This port is almost full. Havana can fit 20,000 tons. We'll send 2 Dragas. That'll be 12,000 tons. I can do up to 10,000 more. Maybe we'll send 3 Dragas. 3 Dragas. That's 18,000. 20,000. By the way, how are these? Fucking A. The Maria Juan is still... All of these ships are defective. Whatever. All right, can we send some additional ships to the Philippines? Manila has a better harbor than Havana? That seems unlikely. Also... Right, so we can send up to 20,000 more to Manila. So we'll send 2 of our Dragas out that way. I don't know what the American fleet has in store for us. These are all torpedoes. You know what? We'll send those. I can send more of them at least. Okay. So 5 of those 15,000 tons, that leaves us about 5,000 more. We'll send 1 of these. I mean, I don't really know what to expect from the Americans other than we'll probably get overwhelmed. Did we expand any of these ports? Ah, yes, Cadiz is expanded. La Coruna. All right, so let's move this guy to Cadiz. All right, Barcelona. Thanks for the follow, Matt. All right, let's see what the next turn has in store for us. Trying to piss off the Americans before all their ships get built. You can waypoint ships from port to port. I don't think you can move ships through neutral ports during a war, but I could be wrong on that. Italy just signed an alliance with Ukraine. Well, hey, we pissed off America. The British are intervening in Arabia. The Boer people take up arms to try and gain control of the Orange Free State. All right. Our relations with the U.S. have to be absolutely terrible at this point, right? Yep, 82. I can't increase tensions again? Why not? Just give me the option to be like, I want to go to war. To war, to war. All right. Ship design. New ship design. I'm assuming once you get to a negative 100 relations with them. Ooh, we have semi-dreadnought. We have a whole semi-dreadnought option. Shipyards, when they're bigger, will be able to do it. It's a little bit early for that at this time, but all right. We were going to do a new torpedo boat, I think. We have the ability to have up to 300 tons now. We need a main tower. We need a funnel. Okay. 3-inch gun on the front. Man, that's shitty ass. Funnel. Three very small funnels gives me better fuel efficiency or engine efficiency. 3 moderately small funnels gives me slightly better. Let's take a look at torpedo launchers. We've got the dual deck tubes now. So this will give me 4 fish, 2 amidships, and 2 in the rear. Roll is bad. Bad roll. 28 knots. Bulkheads don't seem to impact that. Reduced boilers, triple expansion engines. Why doesn't it just automatically upgrade all this shit? Honestly, reduced torpedo ammo is still sort of my general motto. So, weight's too much in the back of the ship. This is where the control button actually comes in handy. So we're shifting weight a little bit forward. How do I reduce the roll issue? Is it draw it? No. That is not a good roll. All right. That's a pretty shitty arc for that. What if we do this? Six torpedo tubes, bitches. All with good arcs. This one's not as good of an arc now, but... Perfect. Perfect. Yes. They shall fear me. 29 knots. Yes. No one needs reloads when you come in fast and drop 6 fish on them all at once. Were we using standard or did we do reduced? We did reduced. Did someone say torpedo boat? Goddamn right they did. Also, perfect fore weight, basically 0.1%. So the fore aft off weight, like the weight is very well proportioned. I'm not so sure about the roll. Engine efficiency is also absurdly good. We could probably drop one of these things. I guess it doesn't hurt to have the extra funnel. It's all fun and games till the torpedoes miss and hit your own ships. You're goddamn right. If I knew what Iron Priest was in Spanish, I'd pick that, but actually, Hey, Hauser, are you around? Do you want this death trap to be named after you? Packs a punch and is fast. Also going to lead to a lot of deaths. All right, I guess we'll name this one after Iron Priest. I know you're there, Hauser. You're just staying silent. You're like, I don't want him to name that ship after me. It's the equivalent of jettisoning my character out into space in some space games. We'll have to name our new battleship class after someone. Okay, Iron Priest. Let's build a bunch of them. Who wouldn't want a manned torpedo armed with torpedoes named after them? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're going to build 21 of these bastards. Woo-wee. We're going to get a bunch of torpedo boats. We're going to go have ourselves a party. Please no more space games revolving around ejecting members of your crew. Hey. I can't promise anything. All right, that's going to be a few months to get those ships ready. Then we'll send them over to the Caribbean. By the way, there's no way we're going to be able to afford all of our ships once this war starts. Our budget's not going to be pretty. Our fleet is basically like rusting away at the quay right now. Steam-powered submarine. Naval bombardment tactics. Okay. I didn't even realize Libya was still fighting the Ottomans. Okay. What's the research situation look like over here? Rangefinders. Oh my God, we don't even have any rangefinders. Let's research that. Small towers. Is that something a battleship would benefit from? Oh no! We could have had larger torpedoes. Oh well. 7,000-ton heavy cruiser, eh? 500-ton torpedo boat. What? All right, let's focus on hull construction for now. Let's get those torpedo boats built, and then we'll maybe try and piss off America a little bit more. "16-inch torpedo tubes are done. People of Greece are rebelling against the Ottomans. Transvaal defeats the Boer rebels. These American ships are all completing. This Russian Austro-Hungarian war is lasting a while. They've knocked the shit out of each other's navies, though. Both sides have lost at least 4 to 5 battleships. The recent provocations by Chief Admiral Deng of the Chinese Empire were simply ignored. Man, the Ottomans just lost another territory to the Greeks. I think. Not sure where. I don't see where on the map. How the hell are the Russians blockading the Austro-Hungarians by the looks of it? They got fleets in the Adriatic. Where are you basing those out of? All right, what's the U.S. fleet look like now? They're still at 8 battleships. They're building 70 ships. I think a lot of those are torpedo boats. We're 80% of the way to 17,000 ton dockyards. And our shipbuilding capacity continues to expand slightly. Why not just put 499 tons of torpedoes in a rowboat? Guessing the rowboat will sink. Germany, I wanted to be your friend. Why are you... All right, I think we'll have to increase tensions twice to get a war with the U.S., so we'll do one now. It just says the U.S. finished a battleship and an armored cruiser. Some of our industrialists want to invest in the modernization of the British Empire shipyards. Yes, I don't know that they would care. Why would the British give a damn about Spanish industrialists improving British shipyards? But hey, increases our naval budget and GDP. We lose some prestige if we do it. Yeah, I wonder if prestige impacts your chance of success. It'd be better to modernize our own shipyards and complexes, improve our funds, budget, reduce GDP increase. Okay. Unacceptable. I'll take the increase in the economy. Unrest is low anyway. -5 relations with the U.S. hurts our prestige and increases our unrest. So we are at 87. It's so hard to go to war. It takes forever to go to war. 2 more months on those torpedo boats. Okay. Research is those rangefinders. Well, I think once the rangefinders are done, we'll build a new battleship class. It's interesting that like navies start way too small in a few cases, like the British, but then they really scale up pretty damn fast. Okay. People of Belarus, Austria-Hungary failed to gain control of Latvia. So Belarus is rising up against the Russians, by the looks of it. Meanwhile, the Austro-Hungarians still have one offensive that's going, but they are losing way too many men. I've never seen a land offensive succeed in this game. Granted, it's not like I've got a ton of time behind it or experience. All right, so all of our ships are completed. We're just going through the commissioning stages. The U.S. is now 9 battleships. A lot of these ships that are being built are either CLs or TBs. Their economy's now growing at 13%. Mine's still sitting at 9%. Increased tensions, you bastards. All right, research is 1 month on rangefinders, 2 months on control station. We'll drop the torpedo size research and go to control station. So we should get them both next month, and then we can look at a new battleship design. The ground wars, are they randomly triggered? Like, you can influence if a war happens or not. Are you saying ground offensives? I think that's random. Small towers. Rangefinder. Okay. The Russian Empire is initiating a major offensive now against the Austro-Hungarians. You would think if they... Oh my God. The Austro-Hungarians are fucked. 1 million men. Well, Conrad, you wasted all your men doing the wrong thing. All right. Research. Are you done there? You are. What is turret mechanisms? Naval gun barrels 1. That's 9 months. But I can get them in 2. We'll do that. And then we will do our new battleship design. Yeah, I don't know that the Austro-Hungarian Empire's quality of their armies was much better in this period. During a naval exercise, one of our battleships suffered an engine breakdown. The journalists ask you about this. How do you reply? Indicate we need to trust our own industry and not rely. What the fuck does this have to do with France? Okay. It was an accident that will happen again if our crew continues receiving training of the highest standard. I don't regard this as a serious incident. Okay. So the Russians put down the rebellion in Belarus. And now they're attacking the Austro-Hungarians and losing way more men than them, but not enough, I don't think, to influence the success of this offensive. Also, first time we're seeing an offensive actually have an advance. You can see an advance of 3%, so that's cool. We're at 93%. Increased digens. Research is at 1% for turret mechanisms. I don't know why a broken battleship would influence the Spanish GDP. I'm guessing it has something to do with diversion of resources into the military budget. I'm guessing. South of England has discovered oil. A serious incident has occurred which involves the United States. One of our profound politicians was assassinated in cold blood, and their government accuses us they are behind this. They ask for humiliating concessions. They're asking for trouble. We should never accept this accusation. Prepare for war if that is what they want. A war with the United States should be avoided. $50 million? Bullshit. No. To war! The spy scandal has broken out, and one of our spies has been arrested in the Russian Empire. What is going on? I'm not giving $50 million to Russia. Do not admit this. Hide all evidence leading to this by bribing those involved. That is so much money. It was the Germans. Okay. All right. So war erupted between Spain and the United States. Our relations with the British get better. Theirs get worse. Our relations with the French get better. Theirs get worse. Our relations with the Germans get better. Theirs get worse. Our relations with the Russians get better. Theirs. Why does everybody wants to be on our side, I guess, except for the Austro-Hungarians. They don't like this. Japanese either. Chinese like us, though. Interesting. Okay. New sea passage. The Kiel Canal has been constructed. Your relations with the United States have deteriorated after your personal provocation. Well, whatever. We're already at war. Also, aren't we allied to Mexico? This could be bad. If this means that the United States can invade Mexico proper. Are we still allied with Mexico? Oh, no, we're not. Our alliance with Mexico ended. Thank God, because I would feel bad. The U.S. is still allied to Canada? So we're going to be fighting Canada too? Well, they've only got 3 times our battleships, but we have more armored cruisers than them. All right, so first things first, let's get our crew training up to 100%. Whoa, our monthly balance just skyrocketed. We must have gotten a huge influx for like a wartime budget or something. They're like, hey, you're at war. You should have a good budget. Okay. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for today's episode. We have initiated a war against the United States. They're much more powerful, much richer than us, but we'll see how it plays out in our next episode. We do have a wartime budget, so we've got a lot more money to play with, and we've designed a new destroyer. So we'll see how that all plays out when the war gets underway, but that'll be for next time. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'm out.